It absolutely is exhausting to try to support so many platforms, especially when the platforms are competing with each other and they have different rules. And you, like, the trick is to then pay like another app and AI generated whatever to schedule content. And it's just, I hate the entire process of it. I firmly believe it is a way to siphon time and energy from you, so that way you're spending all your time creating. So like a lot of people do put a lot of effort into their content, so I don't want to sound shitty in any type of way when I'm explaining this, but mindless content, it's because they're just trying to post, and I don't necessarily mean it's mindless in the fact that it's mindless, but it's not authentic, like genuine, inspired, passionate content. It is survival content. It is keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak, or just, because you want to keep your engagement going. You create an aesthetic, you create a flow, and I understand it, but it's exhausting. I like using social media how I've always used it since it very first came out, all the way back to like MySpace and all the above. What I loved about social media was the fun expression of expressing myself. Like, I loved posting when I felt inspired to post. I loved when there was something beautiful or exciting in my life to share, or an interesting thought, or just whatever it was. But it was the pressure to stay relevant and to be fit into this box that people are going to love and praise. And if you don't do that, then they're going to publicly shame you and dox you. And just everything about it is just gross to me. The culture, how the algorithms are set up, it's entirely too much. So I'm going to keep the ones that I have, like I said, in the way that I've built them up, but I guess I'm calling my power back from all the time and effort and energy that I have put into social media, and it's coming back to me, and however that looks. Like I said, I know social media has its purpose, and I know that there are boundaries and all the above that you can do to make sure it doesn't happen. But the truth is that these apps feed off of your addiction and their artificial dopamine and all of the above, and I just don't want to be a part of it anymore. I've realized, just for me specifically, I mean, I see how unhealthy it is for the rest of the world, but for me specifically, it has a lot of unhealthy tendencies, that I have struggled with fighting and refining and all of the above. And so for me, this potential TikTok ban is a blessing. In a sense, it feels incredibly liberating. And then, like, especially when it comes to like Instagram and like Facebook and stuff, like, because those apps I have ensured to kind of keep that same philosophy of, I'm only posting when I'm inspired to do something or I want to share some artistic expression. Instagram can be good for that, and I've had my business account's different. I've had to go through 3 different business accounts on Instagram because they keep getting hacked and deleted. But my Melanoe Morning Star, my more like artist page, where I put a lot of my modeling and other expressions of my life there. It's kind of like my, I guess, like Tumblr. I never got into Tumblr, but it's kind of like my Tumblr page in a sense. I still have that same kind of essence with it, and to me, it's fun. That's what I really miss about social media, is how fun and freeing it was to just express yourself. Where now it's become, I don't know, it's a game, and I think that's part of the trick, you know? So anyway, that's my that's my ramble about social media and taking in my energy. I think part of why it is exhausting is because I feel like it is a high-powered energy vampire in a sense, and all of the above. So anyway,